Hello, everybody. Hello, LinkedIn family. Hello, YouTube family. Hello, Facebook family. I'm here today, September 24th, and in her journey, her way from corporate to founder, we have a special guest that is going to be talking everything about menopause, premenopause, and everything in between. But before we get there, if you are looking at this or joining this event for the first time, please know that this event has been created to help people who want to go into the entrepreneurial journey and are probably in corporate and thinking about it, to get the motivation and the inspiration by these wonderful ladies that I bring into the show, and get the motivation and inspiration to finally make the decision and launch your business. Or it might also be meant for you if, let's say, you are already an entrepreneur, but you just want to be inspired, then this is the right place for you. And last but not least, if you just want to support entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, then this is also perfect for you. And we love the love. So I'm going to ask you to please include in the comments, make a comment where you're joining from, and just say hi to my guest, Amita Sharma, as soon as I bring her up in the stage. Without further ado, I'm just going to introduce myself really quickly, and after I introduce myself, I'm going to introduce my special guest. So I am Brenda Lisa Costa. I am known as the burnout expert. I'm sure many of you, in one way or another, have experienced the symptoms of burnout in your life. And I am known as the expert because, as someone that worked multiple leadership roles in corporate for 24 years, plus launching my own business, I have seen people's life be destroyed. I've seen their dreams being crushed because of the symptoms of burnout, right? An example of some of the way I work and help people in this space. I basically have helped many women actually that are experiencing mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion, to feel energized and worthy without sacrificing the things that they love. Um, Getting promotions, getting a more balanced life, joyful life at all. Um, with that said, what am I up to? What can you expect from me? I have limited spots open right now for my free unlock your burnout free coach life coaching call. Oh my god, my I have tongue twist here right now. Where in 45 minutes you will get the opportunity to work one on one with me to create the vision of a burnout free life, identify the challenges, and get motivated to really take action. With that said, my mission is actually to help more and more women actually eliminate burnout from their lives. And I think it's possible. I believe it's possible. I know it's possible. So, with that said, that's enough about me. This is not necessarily about me. I'm just going to bring my guest upstage as I introduce her. Her name is Amita Sharma, and she is the co founder of Nourish Doc, which is a holistic wellness platform dedicated to helping women navigate hormonal transitions. From PMS to postmenopause, you name it, it's included there. Her personal experience with perimenopause, and her background in the high tech industry motivate her to bring this open taboo topic into the workplace for discussion. With over 20 years of experience as a lead product manager at companies like Western Union, HP, Realtor, House, and Walmart, Amita has combined her passion for wellness with the technology piece. So, with that said, Amita, welcome to Her Journey, Her Way. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you're here with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful. A lot of gratitude towards people like yourself who are bringing me on these platforms.
You know what's funny? I just realized that a big portion of the people I bring into this interview process as my guest, most of you I like not I don't think this is your case, but a lot of you are doing this for the first time in this space. So I'm the one breaking the ice on your and helping you with the interview process. So it's kind of cool because at some point a couple of months back, probably I would say maybe a year and a half back, I hadn't this was not me, right? So yeah, if I have been able to do it, I'm glad I'm able to guide you guys too. With that said, Anita, Amita, oh my God, Anita, Amita, Amita. In Spanish, is like it. Anita is a name, common name in Spanish, so that's where I'm going. Anyway, tell the audience that is here a little bit more about who you are.
Well, I am trying to now, if you ask me now, I'm trying to make an impact in women's lives. And back then, if you look at me, a few years back, when I was going through the perimenopause journey at that time, I was caught unprepared. I
Mhm.
did not know anything. But now, what I want to do is really take on my journey and channel this energy to bring a holistic wellness transformation to all the women in the world who are going to go through the journey of perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause.
Okay.
So I'm really trying to make an impact in women's lives. That's who I really am. And I'm trying to do that every single day. And this is, of course, with your help, I'm trying to do it now as well.
So, is this your first like video like this?
No, no, no. I must
Oh,
have
okay,
done about
okay, okay. I knew it
3,000
was.
videos, 3,000 plus videos, maybe
Oh,
more.
okay.
I have interviewed over 4,000 holistic experts all over the world.
Oh,
And I
wow.
myself must have done about 100, 200, I don't even remember, podcasts like these.
Cool. So, tell us a little bit about your transition, and I know, and like about how you went from being in that corporate world to all of a sudden, uh, now launching this
Mhm.
platform.
Yeah, so I worked as a product manager. The job of a product manager in a tech world is to really come up with new features, cool features that is pertaining to that industry, right? As an
Mhm.
example, when I worked for Western Union, I was working in loyalty programs. Working for Walmart, I was looking in the checkout e-commerce. So I have been always been on the creative side in the technology world as well, trying to bring in the cool features that consumers will resonate with. So this one came to me when as I mentioned, at that time, I was going through this journey and I was, you know, like looking into Google and all kind of sources and trying to find some credible sources. And I'm struggling and I'm dripping with hot flashes and I cannot concentrate. I was a mess. And I couldn't find anything that was credible, right? I
Mhm.
couldn't find a place where I could go and say, oh, bingo, yes, now I know what to do. There's so many conflicting here and there. So it didn't happen in a switch one day, right? It was a journey. As I was going through my journey, and I understood that this is such a taboo topic and women are ashamed, I realized that someone need to talk about it, and maybe that's me, right? So it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't happen on one day. Suddenly I decided, oh, I am going to be the menopause champion. That didn't happen like that. It was just a slowly over the years that I realized. And I said, this is something specifically me as a minority woman, a woman of color, coming from an Indian background and the cultural taboo and all that. So
Mhm.
I thought it was more powerful if someone like myself who comes with that background starts talking about it. Then it, at least amongst the other women who are minority and who are women of color. So that's kind of how it started happening.
Mm. So, in this journey that of developing this platform
Mhm.
and and launching it, right? How long did it take from moment of idea to
Mhm.
actually being able to launch?
it took time. It took years. I've been at it for the last 3 years. I must say that it didn't happen, like I said, overnight.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do something holistic on holistic wellness, and during the process, I realized, like I said, my personal journey. I was going through this whole journey. At the same time, I started embracing holistic wellness. At the same time, it started helping me. That's how it happened. So you can imagine a person like me who always would be fatigued, metabolism is low, I was a little bit overweight, didn't have the energy. All those things were happened to me. Productivity, my mood swings, all the things you can think of, right? So
Mm-hmm.
when I started interviewing the holistic wellness, I just wanted to do something holistic wellness under a high umbrella. And I started talking to people, started talking to experts. And then I started embracing it. When I started embracing it over a few months or over a few weeks, I realized the change in me. I was slowly making these habits that were more healthy. They're following some kind of a daily routine. It started helping me lose weight, come up with the energy, all the things, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's when it occurred to me that and if I can change myself, and mine was all trial and error, right? I did, like I said, I couldn't find a single place. I looked through all kind of places, and it was all trial and error on me. And then I'm sure if I dig a little bit deeper into the same subject,
Mm-hmm.
we can really make an impact. And it changed my life. I'm telling you, it wasn't just the physical part, as we were talking about it earlier. This
Mm-hmm.
whole perimenopause journey impacts you overall, your social, your spiritual, your relationships, your financial, your career. You're not focused at work. So many things get impacted.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how I started. Okay, let me go deeper into this. This is not just hot flashes, right? It is more than just having a simple hot flash and say, oh, you are in perimenopause, menopause, or whatever that is. It's so, and I said, no, I need to go deeper into this topic and bring the entire thing out.
It's funny because hot flashes for me is just the physical symptom, but if we go deeper, there's so much we can work on. Absolutely. Um, what would people find in this platform? Let's
So
say
the
I
yeah.
join your platform tomorrow. Like, what will I find in the platform?
So on the website, we have basic stuff, but we are launching an app, as I was mentioning. And the whole idea of the app was to bring this whole credible information from global holistic experts at a very affordable price and credible information, right? So the whole idea is either you're perimenopause or menopause. Right now, we are offering these two. We haven't started the PMS yet, but we will include the younger women, younger girls as well. So based on where you are, perimenopause or postmenopause, first you understand this whole journey, and you understand what kind of lifestyle, dietary modifications, all kind of holistic therapies that you can start embracing to help yourself. And then after that, based on the symptoms that you're going through, concerns you have, there are over 35 plus symptoms that are recorded, or maybe more for an average for women who go through perimenopause. Not that all 35 symptoms are going to you bombarding at one time, but still. And on an average, a woman can go through 4 to 5 symptoms. I know in my journey, I went through like sleep issues, mood swings, right? Weight gain, hot flashes, right? All these things. So there are four
The
or
night
five.
sweat. The night
The
sweats.
night,
Oh God.
exactly. Don't sleep and you're dripping and your sheets are all crazy, and then in the morning you're cranky, you have anxiety, you can't focus, you think you're going to get dementia. And then
Yeah.
your heart flash is coming, you think you're going to get heart attack. I mean, all these things. I mean, I'm laughing, I know. I don't want to make it sound like so serious, but honestly, you really think that, right? So the whole idea is, based on the concern you have, you can follow simple guidelines as to what kind of actionable insights, actionable things that you can do to help yourself. So it's a self-help.
Okay.
Initially, it's a self-help. So self-help is always very cheap, affordable. And then the next step, if someone needs a coach, then you can upgrade to get a coach, like a coach can help you, or upgrade to get a concierge services where a naturopathic doctor, a dietitian, a movement coach like yoga, breathing, a counseling for anxiety, and other coaches, whatever based on what your symptoms are, can be made available. So that's really
Mm.
the idea, to start from something so like $3, $4, $5 a month, which hopefully every woman can afford in the world. If there are nonprofits, through that we can go into the marginal societies of women
Mhm.
where they cannot afford $5, right? And then you walk up your way towards what you need, right? So really, that's really the idea behind Nourish Doc, is to nourish yourself, nourish yourself during this beautiful phase, and don't be afraid and don't be ashamed and don't think it's a taboo. It's a natural phase of life. It is not a disease.
It's not. It's not. So when is this launching officially?
We are, I think in October, our app is
Ooh.
already. Yeah, we are just doing final tweaks here and there. We always come up with something that we want to add in before we kind of launch to the public. So
Okay.
within October timeframe, it should be up and running. And yes, if people are interested beforehand, they can always send us a note, and we will inform them when it's publicly live.
Perfect. So I was laughing, and I wasn't laughing at you or anything like that. Just if no, somebody in the audience is watching, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just having a flashback because
Mhm.
the other day I remember the house felt really warm, and I was like drenching in sweat, and the house wasn't warm. It wasn't warm at all. And my husband comes in and he sees me adjusting the thermostat, and he's like, "But what do you want to do? Do you want to freeze us?" And I'm like, "Let me cool down for at least 10 minutes and then I'll bring the temperature back." But like, just let me be. Just let me be. He looked at me and he said, "No questions. I don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. This is like, deal with
I know.
this."
This happens. I almost wanted to sit in the refrigerator. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just going to go crazy. And I mean, it's real. And jokes apart, actually, honestly, we're trying to make it easier and lighter conversation
Mhm.
here. But reality is, it's the inflammation inside our body that's kind of going into our brains, and the brain temperature is going crazy. And then suddenly we're sweating like, we can't control. So all these things are happening to us as
Mhm.
women because of the hormonal fluctuations that
Absolutely.
we go through. And it's normal. There's nothing wrong with it, but you can control it. You can manage it. With holistic therapies, you can successfully manage it. I should say that.
I think anything in life can be successfully managed if we work on it, if we put the work on it and the intention, and we take the action. I think it's
Yes.
not just the desire, but it's making
Mhm.
sure that we're taking action. A lot of medical conditions out there today can be prevented or even eliminated or healed
Yeah.
just by making changes in our holistic body, right? Not just the physical, but
Mhm, mhm.
everything, the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, and the physical. I like that your platform, number one, it's open. It's not at a very expensive price, but it's all, accessible to a lot of people. At the
Mhm.
same time, I am excited for the PMS because I do have a 14-year-old,
Oh,
and
wow.
like sometimes she comes to me and then we're just googling things and asking, because
Yeah.
my experience and her experience are completely different.
Yeah.
So even through my experience, I can't help her 100%
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
I mean, I can intuitively help her, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, her experiences, her circumstances, her pains, her mood
Yeah.
swings are completely different than mine. So
Yeah.
I'll be very excited to see where that goes, because I do think that the younger generations can actually benefit from something like this. Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
The-
Yep, yep.
no,
Anything?
I was just going to mention it's funny that a lot of men have interviewed me because of their wives were going through like you are going through. So the men have come to me. They said, "Hey, is this something for us that you can also create on the platform that we can follow along to help our wives, or we are also going through a midlife, whatever they are going through. Their hormones are also going down, the testosterone. So."
Absolutely.
We haven't gone through that. We haven't reached there, is what I was going to say.
That's what's gonna be my next question was, are you in looking to expanding also in the men health environment? Because I'm a believer that men go through their own menopause. It's just not as explicit and as, I mean, it's probably more expensive. No, I'm just kidding. But it's not necessarily as explicit as it is in our case, right? As a female. Um, but at the same time, I do feel they go through the process. So it will be kind of cool to see in the future how that evolves too. But I'm more interested in the teenage in the PMS piece, because I think there's so much information out there, but real tools to help you manage through the process, there's not. Like, there's calendars, there's here, there's there,
Yeah.
but there's nothing holistic that will help you, manage the whole process. So it will be kind of cool and interesting to see that unfold. Now, through this process of
Mhm.
launching, the platform and all of that, um what would you say has been your biggest aha as an entrepreneur, as a woman entrepreneur?
Biggest hurdle, you think?
Aha moment.
Aha
Or
moment.
insights or learnings,
Yeah,
however
yeah.
you want to.
So I, like I said, I've been working on this for the last 2, 3 years, right? So 3 years back, 2 years back, when I told people, "Hey, what about menopause?" And no, people were like, "Oh, are you crazy? Are you crazy?" Like, I would get that kind of a reaction. My big aha moment is this year. I have no idea. When I talk to people, they say, "Wow, really? You're doing this? Oh, I love to talk to you." So it's like suddenly in the last couple of years, I don't know, it's the media or people are more aware of this, the topic that we are talking about. It definitely is the aha moment for me this year, that I feel huge gratitude towards all the people who are interviewing me, who want to talk to me, who are interested in this topic. It's a huge. It's not one aha moment. I've had so many aha moments throughout this year, as opposed to a couple of years back, and I kept going because I thought in my head that this kind of a topic should get the right exposure that it deserves, but it's not. We were not talking as a society, as a community. We were not paying attention, right? But now I think the society is ready, and for me, it's an aha moment.
What would you encourage? How would you encourage the women who may be listening to either the recording or maybe tuning in live? Or the men supporting their partners or their wives or their siblings or their sisters or their daughters going through the process, right? Um, what would you what would you advise them based on what you have learned so far?
So I think you have to understand yourself, what you're going through, right, as a woman. And every woman, like we said, PMS girl is a different, like you just talked about, towards a 35 plus year old woman who's just entering perimenopause, and a woman who's postmenopause. They're different journeys. So, but you need to understand what is happening in your body. You need to recognize that early on and not wait until some symptoms flare up and you're not seeking help. So, my advice is to really communicate with your loved ones, communicate with your family, with the whoever you feel comfortable, and bring out the issues if you are going through whatever issues or symptoms that are beyond your control that you cannot manage. right? Not, a lot of women don't understand holistic. Trust me, I talk to so many men. They say, "What do you mean by holistic? Oh, is it me? What am I supposed to do?" So it's a lot of education and awareness that is needed in this specifically on this topic. But the first step is for women to come out and express if they're having issues and seek help, right? If they
And
don't seek help, then there's no one who can help them. That's the problem.
it's funny because I see a correlation between what you're saying and my type of expertise, which is burnout. And this is
Mhm,
where I see the correlation.
mhm,
It's more on how we act and how we behave. We
mhm,
are in that pattern of burnout, right? And what we keep on saying, we keep on hoping that things will change, and we keep on ignoring and pushing things aside. And then
mhm,
I see the same with the topic of menopause and perimenopause. Oh, it's gonna
mhm,
pass, it's gonna eventually disappear. Oh, and people keep on ignoring and pushing it aside and not necessarily taking the actions that you need to
mhm.
take, right? So I see
Yes,
a
yes.
beautiful correlation between both. And at the end of
Mhm,
the day, I also see the correlation that it's not just the physical. You have to look
yes.
at the body as a multidimensional being where you have the
Mhm,
spiritual, the mental, the emotional, and the physical all connecting.
mhm,
And if there's an unbalance in any of this, the ripple effect to the body, it's much
mhm,
higher. So symptoms of
mhm,
menopause can be
mhm,
reduced and prevented and not completely eliminated, but they can be like literally something that you can easily manage.
mhm.
Um, and some people may say it can be completely eliminated. I don't know. I'm still going through it. So, uh, so who knows where it takes me? I'm in
No, no.
perimenopause. Yes, I'm in perimenopause.
See, you're not scared to say that, so that's
Oh
good.
no, 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 no. I'm in perimenopause. I've been in perimenopause already for I would say probably 2 years.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah. I think I'm gonna be an early menopause, but yeah. People could
Yeah,
say
that's what absolutely. So I think it cannot be eliminated, like you said, but we can certainly manage through these symptoms if we have the knowledge, right?
absolutely, absolutely. Menopause is gonna happen regardless of
Mhm,
if you're living the human experience as a
mhm,
woman, female, with
mhm,
hormonally speaking, menopause is gonna happen. Just
mhm,
prepare yourself to manage it the best way.
mhm.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah. So, what has been the biggest challenge you've had as an entrepreneur? And I
The
think you
challenge
kind of
is
mentioned it, but yeah.
Yeah, challenge is always when you come up with the idea, and then initially, people are just see. My job as a product manager before in these high tech companies was also come up with new ideas and test it. Right, we would test
Hmm.
it very systematically or in a structured way with the potential clients. So the big companies, they have all these focus groups. So the same concept, I try to do that here with Nourish Talk, and you have to keep iterating it, change it, right, as and when people tell you something. So challenge was always trying to come up with, okay, this is exactly what we're going to do, right? As an example, like for instance, I wanted to focus earlier on the older woman, like the postmenopausal woman, 55 plus, the chronic conditions. But then I realized I was focusing on that first as an example, but then I realized the problem is not at the end of the pipe, right? The problem has to
Hmm.
start at the beginning. So to me, it took a little bit of time, because rather than focusing on an older woman, 60 plus or 65 plus, she has already gone there and she already has so many issues, and it's so hard for her to now make changes because she already has some chronic conditions. It's easier if I go to the younger woman, like 35 plus or a 40-year-old woman, and she's more tech savvy and she will be more open to all these things that I'm talking to. So these have been my challenges of really understanding and going through the spectrum as to where do I go, right? Uh, I'm just sharing with you because it's such a wide spectrum of a woman's life if you think about it.
And I do see it also in my niche. I see it because I think there's a lot of educating that it's happening right now, especially when we are talking about the space of being holistic, and which
Mhm,
is part of the services I offer to. is within burnout, right? I feel like there's a lot of providing clarity,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of educating, and there's a lot of we can say educating, knowledge sharing, right?
Yeah.
So the more and more like we start to get more out there, we realize that there's still a big population that it's
Mhm.
not uh, where we would where our services are heading. We still have to nurture them and
Mhm.
get them ready for this new
Mhm.
evolution, right? Revolution, evolution, however we want to call it, because it's a
Mhm.
revolution. I think uh, holistic health is has come to stay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And the earlier was, the lack of evidence, and we always talked about the alternative medicine, right? Complementary medicine. The truth is, this medicine is not alternative. It is a daily life. We have to
The
eat well.
lifestyle.
Think about it. Yeah, it's lifestyle. You can't just say alternative medicine. The dietary part, food is medicine. You got to eat it every day. It is part of your mainstream holistic lifestyle. And the medicine, the conventional medicine, every medicine has its place. Conventional medicine is very powerful, right? It
Absolutely.
has saved us, all of us, from COVID and so many things that have happened over the years. But the first and foremost is your daily lifestyle. Your lifestyle has to be in relation to your holistic mind, body, and soul. That is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. And I think it's becoming a more common topic. I think more people in platforms like Instagram, YouTube, like LinkedIn right now, they're
Mhm.
being much more open, right, to
Yes.
sharing their expertise and
Mhm.
answering questions, right? Because
Mhm.
I feel that's a big portion of our role here is making sure people feel comfortable asking questions and we answering the questions the best way we can, right?
Mhm.
um What's so you're launching in October, soon.
Mhm.
How do people get connected with you? How do
Mhm.
people, where's the best place to connect with you?
Well,
And
right
I know
now
you
our
have a big
website.
presence.
Yeah. No, right now the website is the best place. I mean, we are on all social media. You can find Narish Talk everywhere, so it's very easy to connect with us. But if people want to go to our website, send us a note if you want to be notified, or you want to learn a little bit more. We have a form, and also you can send us an email, hello@narishtalk.com. But very easy for people to connect with us is what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's do something after we do this. Let's put the link to the website in the comment section of the event so that way people can access it really easy and effortlessly. I'm all about effortless experience. So, yes. Um, for anybody who's watching and maybe thinking, is this platform for me? What would you say to them?
Well, it depends on who's watching, right? I mean, we have designed the platform for women and not for
Mhm.
men. And
Yeah,
and
so let
and
me clarify. Woman,
yeah,
perimenopause and menopause.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying I'm excluding men. Men can also be part. I mean, learn about their loved ones or partner or whatever. So I think what I want to really tell women out there is, don't be scared, don't be ashamed. This is a natural phase of your life. So admit it, embrace it, and see what is happening in your body, mind, body, and soul, actually. And like I said, seek help. Understand what is going through in your body, whether it is mood swings or hot flashes, or if you're not going through any of these symptoms, that's great. You've already mastered or conquered the menopause journey. But 80% of us, 85% of us are going to have some symptoms. So embrace the holistic lifestyle, because that will help you navigate this journey much more in an effective way than just being only on medication, right? And I'm not saying don't be on medication. If you want to take HRT, if you have to take HRT, absolutely. HRT, no HRT, holistic lifestyle is something that you need to embrace it.
Cool, cool. Okay, so people, it's September 24. The platform launches in October. So get in the list. We'll put the comments in the comment section, the link. Make sure you connect with Amita. And both in it could be in there's a LinkedIn profile for her business and also a LinkedIn personal LinkedIn profile. In either you can connect with her. And yes. Any last thoughts for anybody who may be listening to this?
Well, believe in yourself. You are worth it. You are the inspiration behind yourself. So, don't let anyone bring you down. This is a beautiful phase of your life. Don't think your life is over. We women think, oh my God, I've hit menopause. I can't do anything. I'm useless. No, 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 no. You have gained all the wisdom. So be lot of gratitude towards life and invest and believe in yourself and love yourself, self-love.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Any upcoming events for you that you might want to share with the audience?
I do a lot of podcasts actually every week. It's not one particular event. The main event right now, it's going to happen is when we launch our app. Hopefully, in the month of October, it's a menopause, right? October is a month of women. So we will make a big announcement and we do events at that time. But right now, I do a lot of podcast events almost every week. Yes, thank you.
So I would say follow her in social media so you can be on top of what's happening and when the product actually launches. With that said,
Yes.
I want to invite all of you to come back to the next episode. I'll be coming back to Mondays because the last two events I've had to do them on 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 Tuesdays, yes. But effective in October, we will be back to the normal time. We will be back to 7 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is equivalent and on Mondays. So I hope to see you back here. We're starting to do some changes to this space. There's going to be a little bit of rebranding happening towards the end of the year. It's going to be really exciting, and I'm looking forward for all of you to come back and continue following us. I hope you have an amazing rest of the week. And if you made it all the way this far, if you haven't followed me or Amita, please follow us so that way you can be on top of the events that may be happening in our spaces. With that said, sending you a lot of positive vibes and energy. And yes, we'll be here in 2 weeks. and I think that's when I'm celebrating my first official year of having this live event. So it's a big milestone. It's a big milestone, and I'm really excited for it. So looking forward to celebrating. I'm gonna have to get creative and figure it out. But yes, 1 year. I can't believe it.
Congratulations. It's a big effort. Yes.
Yes, yes. So with that said, sending you once again a lot of love, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care, everybody.